In the early 90s, there was the Super Nintendo and the Sega Genesis, both 16-bit machines. By the mid-90s, 32-bit and the 64-bit era were taking over. Today I will be reviewing the PlayStation 1 and what memorable games the system had during its era. This system had a lot of memorable games for me as a kid. For being a 32-bit machine, it has a huge nostalgia factor for me. Alright, the year is 1994. You just got your hands on this crazy new console called the PlayStation, with sweet 3D 32-bit graphics. Introduced to the world of gaming in the year 1994 with still Super Nintendo / Sega Genesis like graphics. Although this game is part of the 5th generation of gaming, it was released around the Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis era, as also technically being part of the 4th generation of gaming. But the PlayStation was not alone in the 6th generation of gaming. It also had such competitors as the Nintendo 64 and the Sega Dreamcast. The first 3D game for the PlayStation is a kid-friendly platformer called Crash Bandicoot, developed by Naughty Dog. This was the first 3D PlayStation 1 game, and it also still holds a very special place in most kids' hearts today that own PlayStation 1s, such as me. This game not only sold well in North America, it sold well in Japan, which is a first because this is the first non-Nintendo developed or published game to have success in Japan, which is really impressive. Many sequels and spin-offs were spawned for this series after Naughty Dog sold its rights to other companies after the 3rd game. Of course, after having early success in the 3D era of gaming, we of course come to the early pitfall that Sony fell into by releasing Bubsy 3D. Sony made a mistake the day they decided that this game was an okay game to publish. Not saying that it was bad as in rated M, but bad as in it freaking sucks. You don't believe me? Then watch this gameplay I'm about to show you. It sucks, don't it? It sucks to suck. This game is just terrible. It came at the beginning of the 3D age for the PlayStation, and God, this game is freaking terrible. It sucks. It sucks a lot. The controls are pretty awkward, and playing this game is torture. Kind of like the first 2 games of Bubsy. Unless, no offense to people who actually like the first 2 games, but I'm pretty sure we can all agree that this game sucks. And by the way, the graphics are terrible. I'm not a graphics snob like most people nowadays that just care about the graphics, but they suck, I gotta admit that much. But maybe it's a good thing that the PlayStation experienced a bad game so early in their lifespan. So maybe Bubsy 3D was a good thing? Some way. But after that, the PlayStation produced some pretty solid titles, such as Spider-Man for the PlayStation 1, the first good Spider-Man game, and the first 3D Spider-Man game as well, developed by Neversoft and published by Activision. And we don't want to forget the very good sequel that was Spider-Man 2 Enter Electro for the PlayStation 1. Came out in 2001, some people were disappointed with it, but you know what? I like it a lot. I think it's a nice game to add to the library. The PlayStation was pretty good for its time, a 32-bit machine made in the mid-90s and made during the 3D era, but recently I have gone back and played it, and it has shown its age. Nevertheless, it's something to hold on to from your childhood, as it produced some of the greatest titles I've ever played on any gaming console in my life. Hey, if you like this video, then stick around, there's more to come. I'm the Master Quest, and I'll see you guys later.